Alright, so a little instructional video in the Shimakaze ranked, looking at the enemy team here, and I see 3 radars, the Des Moines and Worcester, plus a Smalland, who is teamed up with his buddy in the Marceau, both KSD. So I figure those two are going to be together. So right off the bat, I know I'm going to go to A. Push through, I like to do this, and sometimes if I have torps ready, I'll torp spam down the 4 line, depending on what I see happening, but I try to get out to the flank to help grab A and then hold the flank with torp spam. Sort of a holding pattern to see what happens at C, especially on this map. So we're cruising forward. Not a whole lot going on at this point. Getting ready to ping over at C just to let those guys know where my RPF is located. I think it's helpful in these matches to give the guys an idea. I mean, generally there's going to be radar set up at C, either at Foxtrot 4 or Foxtrot 6. That way the Darien and Stalingrad that are headed in to try to cap or contest C have a little bit of an idea that something's there, even though they should know. I see the Gearing sort of doing stupid stuff behind me, so I kind of give him a thing that says, come on Gearing. There's no reason for him to really be pushing backwards at this point. There's no CV in the game, so what's the point of retreating when you're less than 2 minutes in the game? We got to get this cap flipped and then set up a defensive hold on the D-E lines. The main thing that I'm thinking about as I'm setting up down here is if the Marceau and Smalland are together, they're faster, and with the radar and gunboats they will knock me down pretty quick. So we'll see how that plays out, because I am assuming that they're already there. The cap's being flipped at Bravo, so chances are they're already in play. Now I would think that maybe the Shimakaze would be coming out this way as well, but with the two of those guys together in a clan, they're probably not going to go into C, because that's just sort of a death trap early. So with the legendary Shimmy, I've got the pretty quick reload on the torps. So I'm getting ready to plan torp spam across B, because I know those guys are going to be coming through, and I figure if they're going to be aggressive, which I don't remember if it's Kill Bob in the Smalland. I'd played with him in another match. He's an aggressive player. I thought they'd be coming through, but now that I see the Marceau spotted, and I know I'm spotted and he's shooting, I'm going to turn myself back around to try to keep that guy spotted for our Gearing and for our Stalingrad, to keep raining some fire down and pushing him down. The main thing I'm going to be paying attention to now as he's running is if the Smalland's going to come in and support him down at Echo 3-4, or I'm sorry, Foxtrot 3-4. Because if that's the case, I'm going to be in a shitload of trouble. But I have my smoke, I can run and turn, but they are quicker, and that is a concern. So I'm going to just kind of keep watching that corner over there to see if that Smalland shows up. I see the RPF, so I know he's over there. And he fires, which is super helpful. So I see his angle, I see 7.5 his radar range. So I'm going to immediately turn out, assuming he's going to radar. So now I'm out of his radar range, and I can keep both of them spotted as they fire. The Marceau drops off. So I'm going to turn back and see if I can't pick him up a little bit again, and just keep an eye on that Smalland to see if he pushes back on my flank or if he stays on that side of the island. So looking for torps to reload, hit the turbo boost just to give me some extra speed and maneuverability and to stay up with these guys. I'm getting the torps ready because I'm thinking I'm going to spam the Smalland at least. And just see how it plays out. It looks like the Worcester's in a pickle over there, so I'm going to watch for him to also go down. So I see the Marceau's turning around, so now I'm just going to torp spam out in that general area. I think I use short torps, the replay shows wide. I think I did a wide and then 2 smalls behind it. But I know he's going to turn back this way, be aggressive, so I've got to get my space back away from him. Still watching the small and radar range, making sure I'm staying in way 7.5. He's still progressing away, so I know I'm safe from radar. So really the issue right now for me is the Marceau. And he dodges the torps, which I didn't expect to hit him. I just expected to make him have to turn and to give him an awareness that I'm out here. I don't have RPF on me right now. At some point, I think earlier I did, so I wasn't sure who was running it, but it's probably the small end, and he's picking up the other guys in the channel. So I popped my smoke because I heard the radar going, so I thought, well, just for a second I'll try to get some shots off in the Marceau. Got 1 hit. More than anything, I didn't know if he was going to stay spotted or not, but I wanted to just try to get some shots off. Hopefully incapacitate something, start a fire. So I'm going to turn and try to pick him up. Now the small one's really pushed off, so I'm feeling I can be more aggressive here with the Marceau. If they leave the B cap, I'm looking to get in there and try to claim the cap. Some torps going through, hopefully it helps the Conqueror backer. You'll watch the Conqueror in the back and he does absolutely nothing. He just sits back there all match, just like Conquerors seem to be doing. So I'm gonna get up here and see exactly where those guys are. They've left the cap. The Marceau is definitely pushing away, so I'm gonna now get ready to push into the cap. See if I can't grab it. We're 2 caps up. We're behind on health. We're ahead on ships. But we've got a pretty good lead now if things stay the way they are. So my main plan now is to try to get the attention of these guys and see if I can grab the B cap, because C could fall. I know the small one's pushing that way. I want to try to get in here and get an extra cap for us if I can. So I'm watching them, got my torps ready. Again, small one's not a factor. I don't have the RPF on me. I'm going to come up here and get myself in position. I see this Marceau turning, so now I know chances are he's going to come back. I don't know if it's his instinct that that's what he needs to do. As soon as he sees the cap flipped, he's going to come back. So I've got a torp spam just in that general area in case he either pushes to help C or comes back. And I'll just kind of sit here and wait a little bit and see exactly what he's doing. And he's definitely coming back. So as soon as I see that, I know I don't really have time to wait around. So I'm going to leave the cap. I'm not going to worry about keeping it for now. Can't afford to get gunned down at this point, so I'm going to pop out of the cap, grab a little bit of space from the Marceau. In my mind right now, I am RPF located, which I think is the small one, once we'll see a little bit later, because this is going to play a key factor in a tactic that I use. Besides this tactic, which is to just sort of berate the Conqueror for sitting there saying, you know, come on buddy, please move up, do something. But he's just sitting there. He's going to defend that cap at all costs. I guess it's a necessary thing to do. I don't know. So RPF is off of me, and now I see the RPF on the Marceau. He's pushed me, and I know, okay, I'm going to smoke. Get some shots off on him, see if I can't get some damage, get his attention, and I know he's going to charge me down because he's thinking he's a big bad gunboat, and I'm a little old shimmy. And this is a tactic I use a lot in World of Warships with battleships, ships that don't have hydro. He doesn't have me on RPF, as I'm going to drop my smoke. He's going to charge down because he wants to run me down. He thinks he can gun me. I'm going to turn right back into him. Torps ready in 10 seconds. And I'm basically going to meet him head on in the smoke. And the element of surprise, because generally players don't do this, but what's the risk, right? We have nobody that can support him. I have RPF advantage, so I see where he is. 3 sets of torps. I do a preliminary torps. Hopefully if he's charging in to help guide him and force him to stay in a certain direction, it grabs his attention and it looks like it's coming from an angle behind, or you know, ahead of him. And now I'm just getting ready basically for the surprise attack, because he's going to show up, and there he is. Drop torps. He's not going to have time to react for his. If he does, I'm just going to keep turning, hoping he doesn't get his torps off, and take him down in the smoke. And turn back around and cap. That tactic is a great tactic because people do not expect it. They don't expect aggressive play like that, especially when it's a Marceau versus a Shimakaze. People think a Shimakaze is going to just run and try to have distance with their torps, which is true sometimes, but it does have good guns, and why not? Catch those guys by surprise. They don't expect it, and it's really, really fun to come back through and take out an aggressive player like that. I mean, I'm an aggressive player, obviously, by that maneuver, but I really wanted B-cap. I've been holding down this side the whole time against those two, spotting them. They were probably in chat together because they're the same clan. They got a lucky sync drop and wanted to just hold my own on the end. And they basically made a fatal flaw because they knew I was out here the whole time. There wasn't a lot of ships. The two of them really should have just pushed me, pushed north towards Alpha. They could have done some damage on the Conqueror who was sitting back there and run me down. But instead they stayed a little passive, and I feel like I took advantage of that. So now we just got one ship left on the enemy team, and he's kind of in a world of hurt. So I'm going to get the cap, go up, and do some spare fun damage, because why not? I have full health, and he's going to be shooting the Conqueror. He just took a big hit. So yeah, that's how you can hold down a flank in a DD, where you grab a cap, torp spam, make your presence known, keep the push from happening on the flank side, keep ships spotted for the enemy, especially in that situation where I have better detection, lower detection than the other two ships. Now I'm just farming some free fun damage. I think I get a fire coming up here, but they're going to ram each other for shits and giggles and flags, because why not? It's tier 10 ranked, and these two guys are excited that they're in close range action for once. It's a Conqueror and a Thunderer. Closest they've ever been to another ship, probably all ranked season. So anyway, hope that was informational and you got something out of it. Thanks for watching.